Welcome students to the next session on transition metals. In this session, I would take up another oxoanion of a transition metal for discussion. That is the permanganate ion MnO4 minus, which is familiar to us as potassium permanganate in the laboratory, KMnO4. It is one of the chemicals which is most familiar to you. You use a solution of potassium permanganate to estimate the presence amount of ferrous ion or oxalate ion C2O4 2 minus ion present in the solution. It will be of interest to you to know that besides being a very good laboratory reagent, it is used to purify groundwater. You can add some potassium permanganate to your well to purify it. The permanganate being a very good oxidizing agent, it oxidizes the organic and inorganic impurities in the water. Also, a dilute solution of potassium permanganate can be used to treat skin disorders like acne and eczema, etc. Now, coming to the preparation of potassium permanganate, it is prepared by fusing MnO2, which is actually pyrolusite ore. Pyrolusite ore has the formula MnO2. It is fused with potassium hydroxide in the presence of oxygen to give K2MnO4. You know this is potassium manganate. On balancing this equation, you get 2MnO2 plus 4KOH plus O2 giving 2K2MnO4 plus 2H2O. We can get the permanganate from the manganate in two ways. One is by acidifying. The manganate solution is taken and it is acidified. When it forms the permanganate ion MnO4 minus plus MnO2 plus water. You can find that this is a disproportionation reaction. 3MnO4 2 minus plus 4H plus giving 2MnO4 minus plus MnO2 plus 2H2. Instead of acidifying, you can also electrolytically oxidize the permanganate ion, oxidize the manganate ion to get permanganate. Next thing is, we will write the structures of the manganate and permanganate ions. Manganate MnO4 2 minus. In this, Mn is tetrahedrally surrounded by 4 oxygen. And since it is having a 2 negative charge, we will write the structure like this. And permanganate ion then would be like this. Mn surrounded by the 4 oxygen atoms, and since it is it is a uninegative, we will just write the structure like this. So what is the next thing? We have to write balanced equations for the redox reactions involving KMnO4. KMnO4 can act as an oxidizing agent in acidic, basic and neutral media. Here we are going to take up the reactions in which the permanganate ion acts as an oxidizing agent in acidic medium. You have to remember that MnO4 minus in acid medium reactions is reduced to Mn2 plus. This is very important for you to remember. As I told you in the case of dichromate, the Cr2O7 2 minus gets reduced to Cr3 plus. That part you have to remember. The rest you can do by yourself after having learnt how to balance these equations. So the reduction half reaction. This will be the reduction half reaction. Do you remember how we did in the other case? We have to balance the oxygen now. What do we do this side? We have to add 4 water molecules. Then how do you balance the hydrogen atoms? For that, you will have to write 8H plus. So, this shows that the medium is acidic. You have 8H plus in the equation. Right, now balance the charges. This side, what is the total number of charges? 1 negative and 8 positive. It is totally you have 7 positive. And this side you have 2 positive. So, reduce the positive charges by adding 5 electrons. 5 electrons this side. So, when you add 5 electrons, the charges are also balanced, and remember adding electrons is again reduction. So, this is the reduction half reaction. Now, what are the substances that are oxidized Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus? Then the oxalate ion C2O4 minus to CO2. Then H2S to sulfur we can write. Then I minus iodide ions to iodine. Then NO2 minus nitrite to nitrate. Sulfite to sulfate. We can now write the oxidation half reaction for these reagents, and we will balance the number of electrons in both the reactions, both the equations, and add them up and get the overall equation. So, the first one will be Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus, which is very simple. You can write it on your own immediately. So, how do you balance the charges? By adding an electron here. So, in oxidation reactions, you have an electron, here an electron is removed. In oxidation reactions, the electron comes on the right side. The reduction reaction, the electron is on the left side. Now, there is only one electron involved here, and in the original equation, you have 5 electrons. So, what do? We multiply this by 5. That will give you 5 Fe2 plus, giving 5 Fe3 plus 5 electrons. Combining these two equations, straight away write the equation MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 Fe2 plus giving Mn2 plus 4H2O plus 5 Fe3 plus. Is that okay? So, I suppose you could write it by yourself. Take up the next one, oxalate ion, which is oxidized to CO2. That's all. There is nothing else to add. Only the charges. To balance the charges, we will have 2 electrons here. So, the oxidation part has 2 electrons. The reduction part has 5 electrons. So, we balance it by multiplying this by 5 and MnO4 minus equation, we multiply that by 2. So, totally there will be 10 electrons in both equations, and we can cancel out the 10 electrons. We can write the equation straight away as 2 MnO4 minus plus 16H plus 5 C2O4 2 minus giving 2 Mn2 plus 8H2O plus 10 CO2. Am I right? Hope you got it on your own. So, proceed to write for the other equations, other reactions yourself. and after doing it on your own, you can check it with the equations given on the screen. For I minus, it is 2I minus becoming I2 plus 2 electrons, which is multiplied by 5 to get 10I minus, giving 5I2. And the combined equation will be 2 MnO4 minus plus 16H plus 10I minus, giving 2 Mn2 plus 8H2O plus 5I2. Next, we will take up the oxidation of H2S to sulfur. So, to balance the hydrogen, you are adding 2H plus on the right, and to balance the charges, you cancel these two positive charges on the right by adding 2 electrons. This again is to be multiplied by 5H2S, giving 5 sulfur plus 10 H plus. Combine the two equations, you will have 2 MnO4 minus plus 16H plus 5H2S, giving 2 Mn2 plus 8H2O plus 5 sulfur plus 10 H plus. H plus is present on both sides, so we will cancel it out, and then you will have only 6H plus remaining on the left hand side. This is the overall equation for oxidation of H2S plus by H2S to sulfur. Now we will take up the oxidation of sulfite ion to sulfate. Nitrite to nitrate you can do on your own, recalling how we did it in the case of potassium dichromate. In a similar manner, you can bring about, you can write equation for the oxidation of nitrate to nitrate. So, I am doing only sulfite to sulfate in this case. So, how do we proceed? There are 4 oxygens here, 3 oxygens here. So, you add 1 water molecule. Oxygens are balanced. To balance the 2 hydrogens, write 2H plus. What about the charges now? 2 negative, 2 negative. Okay. Now, here you have introduced 2 positive charges. To cancel, you have introduced 2 electrons. Multiply this by 5. So, we get 5 SO3 2 minus plus 5 H2O, giving 5 SO4 2 minus plus 10 H plus. Add it to the other half reaction, and you can write the overall equation to be 2 MnO4 minus plus 16 H plus 5 SO3 2 minus plus 5 H2O, giving 2 Mn2 plus 8 H2O plus 5 SO4 2 minus plus 10H plus. Am I right? You see hydrogen ions on both sides, also water on both sides. So you know how to write the equation now. 2 MnO4 minus plus, cancel out the 10H plus here and write it as 6. So 6H plus 5 SO32 minus. Here you have 5H2O, the other side you have 10H2O. So you have no water on the left side. You are having 2 Mn2 plus 3H2O plus 5 SO4 2 minus. Right? So we have written equations for all the redox reactions involving KMnO4, which you are required to know. I told you that potassium permanganate can act as an oxidizing agent in alkaline and neutral medium also. So I will take up one example for the alkaline medium. During the oxidation by the permanganate ion in neutral or alkaline medium, the MnO4 minus ion is reduced to MnO2. You should remember that. We saw that in the acid medium, permanganate ion is reduced to Mn2 plus, but in the neutral or alkaline medium, it is reduced to MnO2. Now, you have 2 oxygens here, you have 4 oxygens. You know how you balance it? By adding water on this side. But if we add water here, we will have to balance the hydrogen by adding H plus on the left side. So that would mean acid medium. We cannot do it that way. So the oxygen, more oxygen on the left hand side is balanced by writing OH minus. Let us think that I am going to write 2 OH minus here. If I write 2 OH minus, 2 oxygens are compensated, but I get 2 hydrogen. I can't do anything with that. I can't write H2. I can only write water for hydrogen. So I make it 4 here. If I make it 4, you have 2 more oxygens on this side. You have 6 oxygen, 4 oxygen. I will write 2H2O. Now you have 4 hydrogen here, 4 hydrogen here also. This is how you have to do for the writing the reduction half of the reaction in the case of alkaline or neutral medium. So this will be your reduction half reaction. But you know, you have to balance the charges here. You have 1 negative charge here, 4 negative charges on the right side. So we will balance it by adding 3 electrons on the left side. So the reduction half reaction is this. I will take up the oxidation of I minus, which is oxidized to iodate, IO3 minus. Now in this oxidation again you have 3 oxygens on this side, which is compensated by, if I write 3 OH minus, again I will be in problem. So I am going to write 6 OH minus and compensate the 6 hydrogens by writing 3H2O. So totally how many oxygens do we have on this side? 3 plus 3, 6. Here also 6 oxygens. So it is balanced. To balance the charges, you have 7 negative charges on this side, only 1 negative charge on this side. So we will add 6 electrons. Right. Now your reduction half reaction has 3 electrons and oxidation half reaction has 6 electrons. What should we do now? We will multiply this by 2. And so your overall equation will be 2 MnO4 minus plus 4H2O plus I minus plus 6 OH minus giving MnO2 plus 2 MnO2 plus 8 OH minus plus IO3 minus plus 3 H2O. So cancel out the common formula, compounds on both sides. Have 4 water here, 3 water here. So that will become just 1 water molecule on this side. And OH minus, you have 6 on this side, 8 on this side. So that will leave you with 2 OH minus. So this will be your final equation. 2 MnO4 minus plus H2O plus I minus, giving 2 MnO2 plus 2 OH minus plus IO3 minus. So I have just done one equation for the oxidation by the permanganate ion in neutral or alkaline medium. But you notice that the number of electrons involved in the case of permanganate in oxidation in the alkaline or neutral medium is 3 electrons. That means 1 mole of permanganate ion takes up 3 moles of electrons. We saw that in the acid medium, 1 mole of permanganate takes up 5 electrons. So accordingly, we will do the calculation when we bring about the oxidation or reduction in a specific medium. So if we have to calculate the equivalent weight of potassium permanganate in reactions in which it is used as an oxidant in acid medium, you will have to divide the molecular mass by 5. As I told you, 1 mole of permanganate takes up 5 electrons. In the case of reactions with permanganate in neutral or alkaline medium, molecular mass of permanganate divided by 3 gives you the equivalent mass of permanganate. This is why in your titrations in the laboratory, for your calculations, you are using a number 5 when you substitute for the molarity, for the strength of permanganate. See, for example, you write it as V1 M1 by N1 is equal to V2 M2 by N2. For permanganate, you write a number 5. For the other reagent, it could be 1 or 2. Now, I am going to spend a few minutes on the practical side of the redox reaction of permanganate. See, there are a few questions on the screen. Read the questions. These are the questions you could have faced or you would be facing in the Viva during the practical examination. Also, this knowledge is essential for you when you do these titrations. First question, what is the purple color of permanganate due to? If you don't know the answer is it is due to the manganese in +7 oxidation state. The color of Mn in +7 oxidation state is deep purple. Second question, why does it become colorless on falling into the conical flask? In the conical flask, you have the reagent of ferrous sulfate solution or oxalic acid, which undergoes oxidation. So the permanganate drops, as they fall into the conical flask, they are consumed for the oxidation when the +7 state of Mn is reduced to +2. In very dilute solution, +2 is Mn +2 is colorless. Okay, suppose you understood. That is, the Mn in permanganate is in +7 state, which is purple, and on reacting with the solution in the flask, the Mn is reduced to +2 state, where it is colorless. The third question is, why do you add acid to the solution in the flask? That is because we are performing the redox reaction in acid medium. Only when you do the reaction in acid medium, you can use the corresponding calculation. We are using a number 5 for permanganate in the calculation, the formula. That is because we are performing the redox reaction in the acid medium. The next question, what do the numbers 5 for KMNO4, 2 for oxalic acid stand for? I already explained that as per the equation, 1 mole of MnO4 minus ion takes up 5 moles of electrons for getting reduced, for itself getting reduced. Isn't it? Refer to the equation. In the equation for the reduction half reaction of permanganate, we have put 5 electrons in the equation. That means 1 mole of permanganate ion requires 5 moles of electrons for its reduction. Similarly, oxalic acid or the oxalate ion, per mole of oxalate ion, it takes up or rather it releases 2 electrons. 1 mole of oxalate ion releases 2 electrons when it is getting oxidized. So that 2 stands for the number of electrons which oxalic acid requires for oxidation. Mole of oxalic acid requires for oxidation. And if you consider the ferrous ion, it will be 1. We substitute the value 1 for the Fe2 plus ion in the equation. Then the last and the important question, can we add HCl or nitric acid in the place of sulfuric acid? Some of you could have thought of asking this question, or some of you could have asked this question and got the answer. Anyway, for those of you who do not know, this is a very important question. See, we have to only provide acid medium. For that we can use HCl or nitric acid also, but we should add only sulfuric acid. The reason is because HCl, if you use, could consume a few drops of permanganate for itself getting oxidized to chlorine. HCl can be oxidized by permanganate to chlorine, and that would be consuming a few drops of permanganate. So your value will be erroneous, because it's not only for oxidizing your solution in the flask, but also the acid would be consuming a little. And nitric acid is an oxidizing agent itself, so that could bring about the oxidation, part of the oxidation itself. Hence, nitric acid also cannot be used. I suppose you understood. HCl will consume the permanganate for oxidizing itself, and nitric acid will oxidize, do part of the oxidation. In both cases, your titer value would not be correct. Hence, we avoid the other 2 acids, and sulfuric acid does not participate in any of this. It is neither getting oxidized nor getting reduced. So we have to use only sulfuric acid. I suppose we have done justice to this section in learning the balancing of the redox reactions of KMnO4, and also learning the reasons for a few questions with regard to your practical examination. Thank you.